To the bone, city lights flicker when a freak calls home. No rest, no peace, just a mission's cruel grind. SCP shadows will drag you when you fall behind. While we got our chests in these haunted streets, cursed by the multicams and the streets. Feels like we're losing in the endless war. One man's curse leaves us bleeding sore.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Your Local Cop Probably Sucks, where every new episode, an admittedly mediocre shooter at best, explores the often absurd world of state-mandated law enforcement shooting qualifications. If you're new to the series, it's exactly that. Every new episode, we pick a state, we look up what that state requires of their law enforcement officers as far as annual shooting qualification goes. We take that to the range, we try it out, and we see just how bad things can get. For this episode, we are going to the state of Utah. We have a 50-round qual that is shot at distances ranging from 7 to 25 yards. The way this qual is structured, you will have a total of 250 possible points. Out of those 250, you will need 200 to pass or 80%. As far as scoring goes for this qual, Utah uses probably my least favorite target of all time. They use the B-21. It's the like sassy baby mama pose target that to me has never made sense. I've never seen anyone stand like that in my life, but whatever. As far as their scoring goes, the big amoeba in the middle is 5 points. Anything outside of that, but still in the silhouette, is 4 points. They do have a couple drills that specifically call out for a headshot. So for those drills, anything in the head is 5, anything outside is 0. So as far as headshot scoring goes, it's either there or it's not. We do not have any B-21 targets. We probably never will. I will never order one of those silly-ass targets. What we still have is a bunch of USPSA targets. So we're going to modify Utah's scoring for this qual today. As far as what we're doing, anything in the C zone or better. So the C zone, to include the head, is 5 points. Anything outside of that, but still in the D zone, will be 4 points. Obviously, if we go further out than that, it'll be a miss, which will be 0. And we're going to hold the same standard for the headshots. Anything in that head box is a 5 or a 0. It's either there or it's not. If you're new to the series, we'll go over the rules that we like to play by. The first one that we typically play by here is we will be shooting with our non-dominant hand. What this means is I am right-handed. Everything you see today will be shot with my left hand. The other rule that we like to play by is cold. We're not going to dry fire it the night before. This will be the first time we have ever shot this qualification. So everything, we're just going to be taking it straight off the paper as it comes. Literally every stage is a surprise and a new adventure, so yay. And the third rule that we always play by is we'll do it live. So what that means is we're going to have a live target cam. You're going to see everything as we saw it as we were recording it. So if the target's ugly, if we fail the qual somehow, you're going to see it exactly how it happened, and there's going to be no do-overs. It's just, here it is, there it is. As far as wildcards go today, as I mentioned before, we don't have B-21 targets, so we are working with a slightly restricted target zone. So that'll be interesting, I guess, maybe. Our second wild card is a while back we did, this was a fan-suggested wild card, but we did everything cross-draw. So left-handed, holster still on the right hip, and magazines on the wrong side. So just crisscrossing everywhere. Made it pretty interesting. It actually frustrated me a little bit, enough that I want to come back to it and try it again, get a little redemption on that. So that should be interesting. Without further ado, let's get to the qual. Okay, for stage 1 of Utah, fairly simple. We're going back to the 7-yard line, and we have a Mozambique drill. So on the beep, to the chest, 1 in the head. We have 4 seconds to get this done, and we're going to do this drill twice.
308.
For stage 2, we actually have a couple drills in the same stage. We are going up to the 3-yard line. For the first drill of stage 2, we have 2 seconds to put 2 rounds on target. Plain and simple.
.176.
For the second drill of stage 2, we're going to stay at the 3-yard line. We have a 4, reload 4. We have 10 seconds to get that done.
Jesus. Could I be more stuttery on the trigger there? Holy shit.
Stage 3, we're going to move it back to the 5-yard line, and much like stage 2, there are multiple drills for this stage. First one being 2 rounds, strong hand only on target in 3 seconds. For our second drill of stage 3, we're going to be starting at low ready with the gun in our we can. Once again, 2 rounds on target, 3 seconds. For our third and final drill of stage 3, much like the final drill of stage 2, it is a 4, reload 4 in 10 seconds. You're going to notice a pattern here in a second. Okay, stage 4, moving it back to 7 yards. We have 2 different drills for stage 4. First drill of stage 4 at 7 yards, we have 2 rounds, 3 seconds.
Two, 3, 2.
For our second and final drill of stage 4, we're going to stay at 7 yards, and you guessed it, it is a 4, reload 4 in 10 seconds.
We doing another 4R4. They like those 404s, don't they?
Stage 5, we have 2 drills. First one being, we're going to go back to 15 yards. We will, on the beep, put 2 rounds on target standing in 4 seconds. And we will do this drill twice. For the second drill of stage 5, we will stay at the 15-yard line. This time, we are going to go to a kneeling position, put 2 rounds on target, 4 seconds. We will also do this twice.
Oh no.
Stage 6, we're backing it up to the 25-yard line. We also have 2 drills for stage 6. So first drill, 2 rounds from the standing position on target. This time we have 8 seconds. And for our final drill of our final stage, we'll be putting 2 rounds on target from the kneeling position in 8 seconds.
All right. From where I'm standing, they're all C-zone. So we are looking at 100% for Utah. Let's go talk about it.
Okay, so not a whole lot of challenge there, even with the extra wild cards, even with the smaller target zones, even doing all this weird crisscross gear on the wrong side of the body stuff with the wrong hand, just really not a factor. So we are expert super warrior commando rangers in Utah, apparently. So that brings us to what is becoming my favorite part of this series. Let's see if we can make this set of drills a little bit harder. And let's do what we'll call the enhanced Utah post. The first thing we're going to change for our enhanced qual is the scoring system. So now only the A zone is worth 5 points. For our headshot drills, that head box will still be 5 points. It's either 5 or 0. But for all the other drills involving the torso, A zone is 5 points. Your C zone will now only be worth 3 points. D zone is 1 point. And anything off of that is sorry about you. That's a penalty. So here's what I would change about this. For stage 1, we're going to keep those Mozambique drills, but instead of 4 seconds, I'm giving you 3. For stage 2, we're going to go up to the 3-yard line, just like the regular. We're going to keep those 2 rounds in 2 seconds. We could probably bring that down. We'll talk about that in a second. But for the first drill, we're going to keep that 2 rounds in 2 seconds.
139.
Then for our second drill of stage 2, for the enhanced, we're still going to do a 4 reload 4, but I'm not giving you 10 seconds. You have 6 to get it done. So we're shaving 4 seconds off of that. Stage 3, we're going to back it up to 5 yards. Drill 1, we're going to keep it the same. So coming out of the holster, 2 rounds on target, strong hand only, 3 seconds. For drill 2 of stage 3, I'm going to keep it at 5 yards for the enhanced. No low ready for you. You're going to come out of the holster, hot swap it to your weak hand, 2 rounds on target, 3 seconds.
Oh, that injured thumb's still messing me up a little bit. All right, that's all right.
Then stage 3, you guessed it, a 4R4, but I'm giving you 6.5 seconds. For the first drill of stage 4, backing it up to 7 yards, I want you to come out of the holster, 2 rounds on target. You have 2.5 seconds to get it done.
.206.
All right, second drill of stage 4. Gonna keep it at 7 yards, and you guessed it, a 4R4. Since we're back at 7 yards now, I'm giving you 7 seconds to get it done. For stage 5, we're still backing it up to 15 yards, but now we're gonna squish the standing and kneeling section together. So I want out of the holster 2 rounds on target standing, drop to a kneeling, 2 more rounds on target kneeling. I'm giving you 5 seconds to get all 4 of those shots off. We're gonna do that twice.
Through one. Not too bad. Not too great. Not too bad. All right.
Stage 6, same thing. So coming out of the holster, 25 yards. I want 2 rounds on target standing, drop to a kneeling, 2 rounds on target kneeling. I'm giving you 6 seconds to get all 4 of those shots off.
All right. I misread my own instructions. That's 2 overtime. That's supposed to be 2 and 2. Sweet. All right. Let's go take a look.
Okay, we ran into some challenges there. We had a little fumble fingers. We did have an overtime. And we also just had a straight up brain fart there at the end. I forgot my own qual, apparently. So we had 2 overtimes just from negligence. But even with all that, we're still batting, I believe, I want to say over 90% there. I'll do the math and put it like down here somewhere. But I do believe we're not even close to failing still. So what that tells me is we can still tighten this up. As far as par times go for these enhanced quals, I did mention before we talk about this. So what I typically do when I'm deciding these enhanced quals is I'll run it maybe 2 or 3 times real quick and just take a raw average of what those times are. And then I'll give you anywhere from half a second to a full second, depending on what we're doing. Because I realize sometimes mistakes happen, sometimes stoppages happen. So that's there to give you a little bit of cushion, even if everything is going perfectly right. So with that being said, though, over 90% tells me we can still bring those par times down a little bit lower, and we could also start upping the penalties for hit zones. With that being said, yeah, not that challenging still. So that's Utah. That's all I have for today. If you enjoyed this series, if you're still enjoying this series, make sure to give me a like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure to check the community posts. We will be putting up more polls to see what state is coming up next. And I believe that's all we have for now. Oh, also stick around. I know people have been requesting things like more Fed quals. I've got one guy I can't shake that keeps wanting me to do the LAPD bonus course. I'm going to have that coming soon. But also just suggest where you'd like to see this channel going and any other quals or just drills in general you'd like to see in the future. I think that'd be cool. Okay, I've rambled enough. With that being said, until next time, y'all be good out there. And if you can't be good, be careful. And if you can't be careful, you're just going to have to rism with the tism. ADHD. Out.
I want you to take a real, long, deep look at this meat.